Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today with a Globleland review video for a collab that I'm doing with them. They have sent me this really cool package of stamps that have a playing card theme. So we'll get them into the packaging here and see we have a king, a queen, and all of the different symbols of cards for the king, queen, ace, jack, club, hearts, diamonds, and spades. So what I'm doing, you see these ugly cards that have this promotional logo on the back. I got them recently in, a thrift haul, and I also have this that I got in a thrift haul, which is, yes, drywall tape paper. So I want to do something with these cards because, sometimes you get bamboozled and you get a nice pack of cards that has one nice deck, and then you get something ugly kind of like this. So what I'm doing is using up scraps, which is another favorite thing of mine, and I'm going to cover that ugly backing of that playing card. So we'll just get the glue out, just using glue stick here, and we will not stick this down yet. So just pull a nice long length of the drywall paper. These are really great for making snippet rolls on too, if you're wondering. So a little art glitter glue just on the edge there. And we're going to glue that to the card and then add a little more glue on top so that we can add the backing to cover up the ugly front of the card. Get that little bit of paper that I accidentally glued on there, and then just kind of clean it up a little bit here. These cards have a nice surface, so it's not too difficult to clean up. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and trim around the edge of the playing card. So it's going to be sort of the base backing for the overall piece of ephemera that I'm making. And it's kind of an interactive, fun little piece. So we're just going to flatten all the paper out, then fold it sort of as a wrap right around the card. And just do it as many times as you like. I think, 3 to 5 is good. And then I'll leave a little bit extra here just at the top. You'll see I'm just going to snip it there. And so now we have this wrap here. I'm just going to bone fold it down to kind of make those clean edges. And then as we go back, I'm folding it the other way. So this paper tape is really durable. It's not going to crack when you fold it. So it's good for this purpose. So what I envision here is this is a lot of writing space, and I want to now use my stamps, to just make that writing space a little interesting. And I'm going to go with a rule of sort of like leave one section alone, stamp on the next one, so that you've got like a bit of variance. It's not just plain paper. So I'm first going to start with the queen and some red ink. Now this is some ink. I'm again still in use it up mode. It's some old Craft Smart dye-based ink. So I used to use these for letterboxing, and I know now that I'm into stamping, it's not as high quality as the ink that we use for stamping, for products that we make or something. But I do like it because it has this truly inky, wet inky look to it that's kind of not quite watercolor, but you'll see some variance, and I kind of think that's cool. So I want to try using it with these stamps. And the stamp itself has a beautiful image. I would use this ink with these kind of cling stamps because they always have very clean cut images. With some of the red rubber larger stamps, I probably wouldn't really use it because it can get a little muddly. So I'm just doing a few test prints to see how this is going to look, and I'm not detecting any issues. So we'll get a heart down on the next little flap there. We skip one. And see, you can see a little of the variance in the ink, and I think that actually looks quite pretty. It's like a little pinky, a little red. It's quite pretty. So then we'll pull away the sticky paper, and now we have all that writing space on back, which you could also stamp on because this doesn't bleed through, which is nice. The paper is a good quality, oddly enough. So now I'm folding it back in just like a accordion. And then I'll put the one flap down on one side. And, you can do a few different things. You don't have to have the flap, but I'm going to use this little red eyelet to create a hole, to just give me a little bit of space here so that I have a little like extra space that I can use as like a closure. Then I'll just kind of decorate it a little bit with this itty tiny little heart stamp. Just also giving it a little test press. There we go. Just kind of put things away here. And then this, I've gotten this selection of different sort of stringy things, rickrack and seam binding, and I'm just experimenting with the first one. I'm using rickrack. Now, you know, looking back at this project, probably rickrack's, like, although it's adorable, I think it's kind of bulky to try to tie into a bow. So I was trying to think of a different solution. I didn't come up with one where you could have something that could kind of slide up and down your rickrack, that it would allow you to open and close it, but I don't think I have anything like that. I'd have to think about it. But I do think it makes an adorable, like, little package. So that would be cute to tuck into a pocket. I'm also going to demo how, like, you could make a pocket with this, and then have this interactive accordion of writing space. So imagine you lay it down, you glue the 3 bottom sort of edges, like the very bottom and the 2 sides. So you've got like a pocket on top. So that could be a pocket, but you could also glue it down completely so that the card sits on your page and it's closed. You could glue the closure behind it, and then you open it and you've got all these little things to look at and flaps to play with. And if you left the pocket open at the top, you could tuck your tab into the pocket as a closure. Right? You wouldn't need the eyelet or anything. You could also put a piece of paper at the bottom to just hold on to the opening sort of part of it. So I'll just tie this one back up and move on to prepare for sort of the next little project we're going to do. I'll put this dye-based ink away and my other supplies here, and we'll probably do another one, this time using black archival ink and the Jack of Clubs. So again, just pulling off a random amount of this. I end up using any of the scraps that I have from this to just make snippet rolls or use it, you know, in different little scrappy projects. So again, we just glue stick down, get rid of all that gluey paper. Glue the one edge, and then just center it and stick it down. And then you add glue to the back of it, because that's the one spot on the card that doesn't have glue. I'm gluing thicker scrapbook paper to this, so this time I've added a whole edge of glue to the whole card, just for extra insurance that it doesn't come off at all. Snip off the extra scrap and then trim around the edges. Clean the mess up here and then give everything a press as always. Then again, we're going to fold into a wrap around the card. And then snip there. Bring that down. And I'm going to fold that little bit back up so it's a little bit thicker. And I've got this fun, see this part of the stamp? It's like little diamonds. So I make a mistake here in that I'm stamping on a piece of paper that's the same color as the paper I'm working with. So I have to kind of try to line that up again and finish the stamping. The perfection of the stamping isn't really the point here. It's just showing you how you can use this fun stamp set from Globleland. I will share my discount code for Globleland and the link to this fun stamp collection so that if you want to pick this up, you can. And I'm putting a little red eyelet in here again. And that just looks so cute with the red and black. I think like it's nice to have this playing card themed ephemera. Like I will also stamp on the front. I sort of took a look at like where is the bottom of that going to sit. So right there. So now I've got 2 little decorations on the front. And then we can open it back up again and do some stamping to decorate those white spaces. Again, using that method of like stamp one, skip one for each of the sections. And then I realize here, this actually comes with a little frame too. So you could just do a frame on there if you wanted. That would be fun. But I'm not going to do that today. I want to use the King stamp. So we'll just get that inked in black. And you'll see how lovely and crisp the image is. It's beautiful. Stamps very well. And then we will use the club for the other flap there. I like that there's like a variation of sizes and styles of the playing card themes. That's really fun. Just kind of neat and tidy again. And this one, I'm just going to do it as a wrap. I'm not going to do as an accordion. And then I sort of thought of a better solution that I like for making this piece of ephemera. It makes it look sort of like a matchbox. And I'm using just some elastic. If you had a longer piece, you could loop it like that, but I didn't pull a long enough piece of elastic, so I'm actually going to do a tie. But I like the tie too, because you can slide that cute little knot anywhere you like. So I just tie it 3 times to secure it, and then trim it a similar length on either side. Then you can put it up at the top, and it's very cute. And it's an easy open close, right? Just having to slip that elastic around. Very easy. So I think that's really cute. And then I did complete another one that I used with seam binding, and I mixed the red and the black inks and colors, sorry. I used black ink, but a red card. Backed it with this little frame paper and used some red seam binding, which was also very easy to tie. I think the rickrack was the hardest one. I like to start things out on a bang. But yeah, I think these are so cute. You could use them in like a game journal, a scorekeeping pad kind of journal. If you play, you know, card games with friends, you could make like a page of score pages or something and use this set as a theme throughout it. So thanks for joining me, and check the description box below for all Globleland links. Bye-bye.